Hi, what's the best trick to improving your credit score? Well, I have been working with especially young couples for 23 years. And one of the things I often do see with couples is one person has great credit and the other person not so great credit. And it can cause friction in the relationship. It can cause arguments. And so I just want to address that here with this great tip. I remember my wife and I bought our first home 21 years ago. I knew I had perfect credit, but I wasn't so sure about my wife. She is awesome, always has been, but my wife used to be a professional procrastinator. And so I was always worried, when we were pulling her credit for the first time, that her credit wouldn't be that great, that she would have late payments, that kind of thing. But thankfully, she had perfect credit just like I did. And I asked her, what did she do? Well, she was the one, back 20 years ago, she always made her payments over the phone. And so, but at least she always made her payments. It was usually the day she said that the payment was due and she had to pay extra to make the payment, but at least she did it. So I can understand where that friction is coming from. Before I share with you my best trick, my best tip to improve your credit scores and potentially increase them fast, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to this page, like this page, maybe make comments down below. And so my best tip that I learned many years ago, probably nearly 20 years ago, is for the person that has rock star credit, that 780 FICO score, have that person, that partner, add their junior high band member's credit, their name and social security number to the Rockstar credit on a credit card. You can't do it with installment loans, but you can do it with credit card or multiple credit cards. So you add his or hers name and social security number to that credit card account, and then magic happens. Of where, usually within 45 to 60 days, all of a sudden that credit card is on that junior high band member's credit, and all of a sudden their credit score has gone up dramatically. And what ends up happens is if the Rockstar person has had that credit card, say, for 6 years, it now looks like the other person has had that same credit card for 6 years, even though you and I know it's only been a month. But to the credit bureaus, it looks like she or he has been on that credit card for 6 years. So we lengthened their credit history. Second thing we did is we just gave them some really good or great payment history from the other partner, which is often needed. And so it's just a great trick that I learned many years ago. And like I did it earlier this year with a couple, first-time home buyers, of where she had like a 750 FICO score and his, well, just a little below 620. And so they needed to go down payment assistance, and the best down payment assistance program out there in Denver requires a 640 FICO. So I told them, okay, here's what we need to do. I want her to add him to one of her credit cards and lengthen his credit history, give him a bunch of good payment history, and then once the credit card company posts to the credit bureaus, it will look like his name has been on that card for a long time. So they did that. 45 days later, we re-pulled their credit. His credit score had gone from 618 to 653. They were now pre-approved to buy a home with no money down, and were under contract, I think it was just about a week later, in buying their first home together. So there's a way to solve that problem, that maybe friction you might have as a couple, because one person has made better decisions, say, with their money and credit than maybe the other one has. And so I can help you solve that. But if you still have more questions, and I know credit's a very, very personal subject, and maybe you're a little embarrassed to say what your credit score is or to admit to the mistakes you've made, it's okay. The main thing is you can change. And I encourage you to, message me down below, and, and I'd be happy to help you. Sometimes it just takes 45 days to improve your credit. Sometimes it'll take several months or over a year, but I'm here to help you. So I ask you to go ahead and ask for help. Alert, alert! My attorney said I gotta be careful, with disclosing how much someone's credit score went up. Sometimes the credit bureaus, it won't work that well, but it normally does. Consider yourself disclaimed, because of my attorney.